Hi, I used option number 3 on page 31 of the practicum plan for the participating video. I interviewed 6 department heads about their use of technology in campus. I interviewed the managers of food services and maintenance. I also interviewed our version of PEIMS and human resource directors. I even interviewed the school nurse and a person associated with transportation. After interviewing the department heads at Humble Christian School, I have found some interesting data. Most leaders do understand the use of and do use technology in some way. The department heads as a whole would like to know more about the technology they could utilize in their field. They would be interested to have information about what is out there that they can use and how to use it. Funding new technology is always a need at Humble Christian School. Being a small private school that is independently funded poses its own form of issues. We do not get government funding to help defray the costs of technology that could be beneficial to us. We must fundraise or solicit donations from the private business sector to help us. This means of funding is very slow and doesn't always generate the amount wanted or needed. Much of the time, we are forced to wait on new technology updates for that reason. At Humble Christian School, we have an online learning lab for our secondary students. We have learned the importance of having and training students in the use of technology. We want our students to be prepared to lead in the trends of world technology. Our educational leaders must step up and be the leaders that we expect our students to be. Most department heads see that using technology would improve the efficiency of their job as well as save them time. To be able to record data on a computer and then send it in real time to parents revolutionizes the way things are handled in the school arena. Using technology to help with our jobs easily brings more accuracy and legibility. Most department heads recognize the need for more technology. Use of technology seems to breed efficiency and saves time. These are qualities we all strive for. Thus, most departmental leaders feel that more technology that they can have access to, the better. The exception to this at Humble Christian School would be Mr. Carlos Rodriguez, the 84-year-old custodian. He does not see a need for technology in his job. Someone who is more technology savvy, however, might feel differently. The department heads who work with some form of record keeping seem to have the most knowledge of technology at Humble Christian School. They feel comfortable utilizing different software and computer systems. This could be because the nature of their job lends itself to the use of technology. Many department heads were able to see a need for additional technology. They are looking to the future and what else could be used to help enhance their job performance. Mrs. Flores, the school nurse, recognizes the possibility of using computers to check blood pressure as well as other medical functions. Mrs. McClendon sees a need for upgrading the technology we have in order to work more efficiently. She realizes having VIOP phones in each classroom will increase safety and efficiency on our campus. Teachers would be able to call out if there's a problem. And it would be easier and more efficient to call from the classroom instead of having to go all the way to the administrator's office to use the school intercom. Many times he is in a meeting and can't be disturbed, and teachers could be on the other end of the building away from the office and need to communicate a message. Picking up a phone where they are located would be much easier and much more effective. Mrs. McClendon is definitely the most technology-savvy person in leadership at Humble Christian School. She is not afraid of technology and encourages all to use it more widely. Mrs. Roberts, the cafeteria manager, recognizes having new technology could save her time counting her inventory. She knows it would make counting easier and faster. Mrs. Ishii, the parent volunteer leader, sees the need for a map application to help with the sports team travels. Even Mr. Carlos, the 84-year-old custodian who doesn't use technology, recognizes a need for an online map. But he has to call someone else to get information for him due to his lack of knowledge about technology. Mr. Carlos's lack of knowledge about technology underscores the need for training. We can all use technology more efficiently if we are trained to do so. My interviews went well. It was easy to schedule and get people to meet with me. If I had these interviews to do all over again, I might give the interviewees a little bit more information up front. I didn't want them to have too much information. I wanted them to be able to give me more of their own answers and their own opinions and not feel programmed to say what they thought I wanted to hear. I was surprised that our business manager felt students should not use iPads in the classroom. This is definitely not the norm, but I can understand her desire for students to learn to love books. I found this unusual because Mrs. McClendon is one of the most tech-savvy people I know. She has multiple computers and cell phones, iPads, electronic books, you name it. And I was also surprised to find out our registrar still uses an old-fashioned typewriter for some projects. I guess it goes to show that no matter how advanced you can become with technology, there are still some uses for the old-fashioned way of doing things. This experience has shown me that as an educational leader, I always need to be learning and willing to learn the use of all kinds of technology. I want my students to be prepared to lead using the best technology we can offer. I need to set an example for my students of how to lead using technology. Thank you.